Hey guys, welcome to the 900 match. So here we have a pretty entertaining game. Um, I clicked through this one beforehand. In like the 700 to 900 range, there are so many games that I try to find entertaining ones to click through, or matchups that are interesting. Whereas higher up, you kind of just have to go with what you have because there are just much fewer 1300 level games than there are 700 level games. So I think you'll be entertained with this one. Let's zoom in one more level. And then, yeah, so we have Max versus Sturm on Wall of Flesh. So this is another high funds game. So Max high funds, very popular pick. He's basically adder that hits hard. Is kind of his high funds gimmick. He gets powers quickly, does a lot of damage. Um, doesn't kind of deal with artillery, just hits you hard. Whereas now we have sort of Sturm floating around more in tier 1 high funds. Uh, his movement bonus through planes is pretty entertaining with recons. He can do weird things to capture phases by running through mountains and rivers very quickly. And then his Super CO power is his main weapon. And, like in terms of his CO unique properties. And that's kind of like it's basically a Von Bolt missile, but where it like paralyzes your units, but you don't have to kill them. It's better than Von Bolt because with Von Bolt, it just takes the units out of commission for a day. Whereas with Sturm, it takes the units out of commission for until you repair them 5 turns or something, 4 turns. So anyways, let's talk about the players. So we have Sultai Sith Lord and Great Sky. So they're 1140. So yeah, very high rating for compared to GWZ, who is sitting at 985. So both of them kind of played a bit, know what's going on. Just keep in mind the Max is the much higher rated player. So let's start clicking through. Oh yeah, we can talk. Oh, I guess we don't have the. Okay, whatever. We don't have the move by move thing going on right now. So anyways, the map actually is a pretty cool one. Although some people dislike it because it feels very HQ rushy, which is kind of surprising because the HQ is in your back corner, so it's like, how can you rush it? It's so far away. Well, when you break this pipe seam, you have like a direct line of 2 bases into one that's far away from the HQ. And if this pipe seam isn't broken, it's very hard to like get all the way around this corner and then interrupt any HQ caps. So this map is very HQ rushy. And then the center is pretty straight and flat. Not too many big surprises, just these kind of lakes sitting around giving it shape. So yeah, let me refresh really quick. Okay, so all right, normal looking captures. Yeah, I opened APC here, so I actually don't know what this opening is supposed to look like. Okay, capturing forward is kind of strange. Also, this Neotank is uncontested. Oh, except there's a Neotank down here. So yeah, more kind of normal looking things going on. Sturm recon. No, that's a max recon actually. So there's actually no counter to the B-copter right now. There's a bomber way over here that doesn't really have any targets. And there's 3 units defending the HQ versus a truckload of infantry, an artillery on the way, and then a B-copter and a tank. So our lower rated Sturm player smells blood and says, wait a minute, what if like I kind of came close to your HQ? What are you going to do? So then Sith Lord responds, kind of trading off this Neo-Tank a bit. This successfully denies this tower, which is a nice little win. Especially because it's like it blocks the Neo-Tank that kind of is sitting on top of it. But GWZ here finds a nice idea, which is just like wedge into this corner and see what happens. So GWZ has all these infantry trapping this tank, wedging the B-copter into the corner with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry around, and only a tank and an infantry. And this infantry blocking the corner turn. So at this point, and this pipe seam is no longer near broken. So at this point, Gray Sky is actually screwed. Like I don't think that there's like a move they can do that doesn't that they can come back from this. So even if they weren't max, a rocket build here isn't in time to interrupt this capture that's about to start. I mean, really, kind of what needed to happen here is they needed to put something on the HQ, put the tank on the HQ, and then you need the B-copter to chip it down. But leaving the HQ exposed meant that the B-copter could sort of turn the corner and then double trap trap both this tank and the infantry out of this 4-square tile, these 4 tiles right here. So yeah, here Sith Lord is totally screwed. Has nothing to do except for hit infantry. You can build the mega tank to break the pipe seam. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Neo tanks turn the corner but are about to eat a bomber shot by doing so. Here comes HQ capture. And actually, interestingly enough, the bomber hits the anti-air. So that's kind of crazy. I guess the thought is like the anti-air can one-shot just as easily as the Neo tank can. And by hitting the anti-air, no unit can remove this bomber anymore. So maybe you could have imagined the mega tank being a battleship, but even still, a battleship here doesn't stop the capture either. So yeah, very. And at this point, Sith Lord resigns. I think there are like nearly 200 points higher player resigns because they got cheesed, they got rushed. So it can happen to anyone. The HQ rush on this map is very potent. And I think the point at which you need to start panicking, I think at this point you need to really start thinking about what you're going to do about all these infantry coming towards you. I mean, at this point there's still a fair amount of options. You can see the fabled max battleship, which does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, the max battleship doesn't reach the HQ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The max rocket doesn't either. But you could see a mega tank here, maybe. Mega tank one-shot the. Yeah, mega tank one-shot the pipe seam, and then funnel troops through the center. And the other thing is, like, since it's like a one base that's so far out, You could also imagine throwing a bunch of units from the center right over to the left so that you have enough units around to stop the HQ push. So yeah, to me, this formation does look pretty intimidating when you're dealing with an HQ rush map. So yeah, just look out for stuff like that, and hopefully you won't be cheesed like our good friend Sith Lord here. So yeah, thanks for watching this one. Our next video is going to be the 1100 match. See you later.